Hi everybody, how are you all? Hope you're all keeping safe and well. What amazing weather we are having. Hope you've been able to get outside and enjoy it. All around us we see new life. You can probably hear the birds in the background. There are lambs in the field. Have you seen the geese down along the cycle track at the farm? What about the baby swans, the cygnets at the meadows? And of course there's beautiful flowers. And we've seen images of rainbows everywhere. There's probably some on your windows at home, rainbows that you've drawn. And do you know, this was God's promise of hope, which he gave to Noah after the flood. Noah was in lockdown just like us, but he was in an ark and he had hundreds of animals with him, so it must have been very smelly. God promised Noah that as long as the world exists, there will be a time for planting and a time for harvest. There will always be cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night. And the token of this promise was the rainbow. Once again, the rainbow reminds us of God's care and love. Well, I look forward to seeing you all again soon, and keep safe and God bless.
Hi from the Spears family.
Hello from us all. We are missing you terribly in Messy Church, and this is just a very brief greeting to you all to say that we're looking forward to the restrictions all being lifted and us all getting back to worship again in the church fellowship.
This weekend is Pentecost Sunday and we are all going to be celebrating the church's birthday. We hope you all have a lovely weekend and we look forward to seeing you all soon.
Hope you're all staying safe and well. Bye.
Hello to everybody. I'm wearing my computer glasses today because I'm speaking to you from the house I'm living in. And I'm going to speak to you about Pentecost, which is a really exciting day in the church's year because it's the church's birthday. Personally, I think birthdays are great times to celebrate and enjoy. And in the church, we celebrate the fantastic news that in the church, we don't just do church on our own. We have God's help with us, the help we call the help of the Holy Spirit. And I thought to share that good news, we might make something. So what I'm going to make is a rainbow with a bird in it. And I'm going to need various colours. I'm going to need yellow and grey and orange and dark blue and light blue and green and red and purple. And if you don't have all these colours at home, well, just use the colours you've got and make your own very special rainbow. I'm also going to need a pencil later on as I begin to make my picture. Now, I'm not very good at colouring and I'm really not good at drawing, so I have a picture to help me. And this is the picture I've got. And I'm hoping, we'll just get that into the screen for you. There we are. I'm hoping you might be able to download a copy of this picture, but if you're really clever, you'll just be making your own picture, and that would be fine. So here's our picture. Here's our picture. So let me tell you the story. The rainbow. From early times in the story of the Bible, the rainbow is a sign of hope that, of course, only emerges on grey, rainy days. And it's a kind of grey, rainy time just now. Even though it's beginning to get warm and the sun's coming out, we're all living a very odd kind of life just now, stuck in our own houses, unable really to meet many people, really having to talk to our family and friends all the time, with only really God and our family for company, except for, of course, the people we're talking to on our phones or tablets and by other devices. But the rainbow in the Bible is a sign of hope that reminds us that God cares about us and is with us. And in the Bible, the dove is a sign of God's special presence, the Holy Spirit, who makes all sorts of things possible. So we're going to combine those two things in our picture. So what we need is to take the colours, and if you're following the colours of the rainbow, then you would follow it like this. You would have red at the outside, and then orange, and then yellow, and then green, and then the light blue, and then the dark blue, and then the purple. So that's starting at the outside, red, and then orange, and then yellow, and then green, and then light blue, and then dark blue, and then purple. And that would give you your rainbow. And as they say on the best TV programs, here's one I made earlier. Okay, I'll just get that into the screen for you. Here's one I made earlier. And I've put some more colour in here. It's not really colour. I've used my pencil to put in some greyness around the dove, so that if you like, you're looking at the dove flying out of the clouds and the grey sky with the great bright rainbow up above it. And for me, this is a picture that says, remember, because of Pentecost, we don't just do church on our own. We have God's special power, the Holy Spirit, with us. And the Holy Spirit is a strange power, a gentle power, like a dove, because nobody's really afraid of a pigeon. And yet, it's a power that makes all sorts of things possible and happen in the world. And the rainbow is a sign of hope. And so we bring these two things together, the rainbow and the dove, and we create a sign of hope. You might make your own rainbow and you might make your own bird and put them together. What I'm going to do with this picture I've coloured in is I'm going to put it on a window. There are lots of rainbow pictures around Callander just now. I'm going to put this up in a window here in the house that I'm living in, so that as people go past, they might see my rainbow picture and be encouraged by this sign of hope. And so that people who know the story of God's special power, the Holy Spirit, might see the rainbow and the dove together and think, wow, there are people who know the story of Pentecost in that house. That's fantastic. That's encouraging. And it might help us all remember that even though we're all still a bit isolated and separated just now, we really are, with God's love, part of a fantastic family, the family of the church. God bless you all, wherever you are today, and happy colouring.
Hey guys, it's Ewan, and since this week's Virtual Messy Church's theme is mission, I'll be sending you guys on a mission to find some items around your house. So the items you need to find this week are any cuddly, a cup, a chess piece, a coaster, a pen, a watch, a toy animal, a Queen of Hearts playing card, a sock, a ball, and any hat. Once you've collected all those items, try and make a little scene like I have here of Connell painting the hippo. Your scene can be of anything, but if it is on the theme of mission and more creative than mine, then it will be great. Remember to send your creations to us via the Callander Messy Church Facebook page or at callandermessychurch@outlook.com. That's all folks from me for this week. I'll see you next time.
Hiya. Our theme this week is mission, as you may or may not know, but it is. And what is mission? Well, mission is really telling other people about Jesus. And when Jesus recruited, that means got his first disciples together, the first disciples he got were fishermen. And he performed a miracle with them. He actually went in the boat after they caught no fish and said, go out again, even though it's the middle of the day, cast your nets on this side of the boat and you'll see what happens. And they caught so much fish that they thought, who is this guy? They were a bit afraid of him. But Jesus said, don't be afraid. From now on, you're going to be not catching fish, but catching people. What does Jesus mean? Well, what he means is, instead of trying to get fish, you're now trying to get people to follow me, to come and be my friends. That's really mission. So the first disciples were asked to go and catch people as opposed to fish. And so we're using the fish as a bit of a theme, and we're going to make a simple fishing net. Okay, now what we're all going to need for that is some sheets of A4 paper. Any paper will do really. I mean, I've just got white paper, it's because it's easier. Something like these sunflower seeds. I'll explain what they're for a little later on. But if you haven't got sunflower seeds, maybe some little cheap plastic beads or dried peas, something like that. You're going to need some PVA glue and something to put the PVA glue on, like an artist's palette, and something to put just a little tiny blob of PVA glue on certain pieces. So for that, I've got a cocktail stick, something like a simple cocktail stick. And here we have some silver foil. That's going to be for our fish, a Sharpie pen, and a pair of scissors. Now, taking one of your sheets of, in fact I've started on this one, so I might as well use that one. Starting with your A4 pieces of paper, cut some very long strips all the way along one side, and you might want to use the other piece of A4 paper to cut along the short side so that you have lots of pieces of paper like this. So you can see those. I'll move those over there for a moment. And some shorter ones. And the idea is you take these and you space them out. I'm just going to do a few, maybe about 1 centimetre apart, no more. Now I'm not going to do this all the way because that would take too long, but maybe just to show you, maybe about half a dozen. So there we are, maybe about 7 or so. And then taking the shorter ones, you're going to crisscross them. Now how do we do that? Very simply, with the glue. So we take a little bit of PVA glue, and I do mean a little tiny bit. And you see they've already started to move, but don't worry about that because once we glue the first cross piece onto our fishing net, it won't move. Now this is the tricky bit. You put a little tiny blob of glue on there like that, and then on there, trying to keep it in the same place on each piece. So we do that, running out of glue a bit there, just put a little bit more glue on there so it's in the right place. And then with one of the cross pieces we simply attach it like so. Whoop, moved a bit there, you see. But now it glues very quickly. This will stop the whole thing from moving. And you keep going along. If I just move that to one side, so it starts to look like this. Okay? And all you have to do is just keep going along until you made the net as much, the size of whatever you want to make it. And then leaving these little dangly bits down with another bit of glue, maybe just a bit more because they're a bit heavy. These are the weights that you get at the bottom of a net, because a net always has to have little weights at the bottom. So again with the PVA, just dab it on those little bits that overhang and attach in this case, the sunflower seed. And you'd be surprised how quickly they stick. And of course it'll soon dry, so it's not a problem. Let's put a bit more glue there. And there's the next one, and so on. Now, that will then make a net that I'm going to show you in a moment, but let's just turn our attention to the fish. Now, silver foil is ideal because most fish are sort of silvery, and with silver foil, what you tend to find is you have a very shiny side and a not so shiny side. Now, it's easier to start with the not so shiny side. Simply draw with your Sharpie pen. The reason I've chosen a Sharpie pen rather than an ordinary felt tip is that it doesn't smudge. Once it goes on, it's on. So we just simply draw a fish on here like this. Whee! There's its tail. Give it an eye. Maybe a fin there and a fin there. And you can see that. So there's our fish. And with your scissors, adult supervision may be required. Try and cut in what we call the fulcrum. That way you can steer around the fish much quicker. You'll see what I mean. If I go like this, get it right in the fulcrum, I can then turn the fin without having to keep cutting different bits. Like that, you see. And within no time at all, my fish is starting to appear. Just cut off those bits so it makes it a bit easier. So in we go, I'm doing this in a bit more of a hurry just to show you. And then there we go. So there's your fish. Now, why are we cutting out fish? Well, the fish can represent people that you might want to become friends of Jesus, people you would like to catch for Jesus, or even people you'd simply like to pray for. So let's just make up a name. So we'll say Fred. Protect the innocent, as it were. So we'll just make up a name. So there we are. I'd like to pray for Fred. I'd love Fred to become a follower of Jesus. So that's the fish I want to catch, so to speak. Now, what we've got over here is one that I've prepared earlier. I've always wanted to say that. And here we have the weights on the bottom of the net, and I put some fish already on there. Again, just a tiny blob of glue on the bit of net that you want to attach the fish. So I'm going to pretend, because I don't really know these people with these names, but you can put real names on, people I want to pray for or want to talk about Jesus to, and for them to hopefully become friends of Jesus. So we've got Fred, Joy and Joe. And then all you maybe want is to take a sheet of darker paper, like this sugar paper here, place the net on there, makes it a lot nicer. Again, just a little bit of glue on one or two bits of the net will make it stick, and then you can trim it to size and hang it up. And there is your fishing net. God bless.
Lucy and Elaine here.
Hello everybody. We just want to say hello and how much we have missed the Messy Church family in the past few weeks. Well, loads of weeks actually. And we've been thinking a lot about everybody that's gone through this strange time.
And that God's holding us in his hands and that we're about...
Where are we in the world?
We're right
We're there.
here in the middle of Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Yeah, in the middle of Edinburgh, Glasgow, but God has all of the children and all of the people and all of the world,
even though it's hard right now,
in his hands. So when we were thinking about what the theme of today is, which Lara's going to tell you about, and it's about mission, and you've maybe all heard about the song on the programme Mission Impossible. But the mission that we have is not impossible, because nothing when you have God on your side is impossible.
And
so Lucy's been working hard on
I've made
a
wheel of service. And I'll just tell you 8 things that you should try at home maybe. Visit the elderly neighbours, be loving and kind, be grateful, give hugs, be polite, say please and thank you, help in the house and be hopeful. Those are 8 things that you should maybe try at home.
And Lucy made a wee arrow so you can spin and decide what you're going to do.
And which one it lands on.
I like give hugs and help in the house. Okay.
And I like be hopeful.
You like be hopeful because your middle name's Hope, isn't it?
Yes.
And so we want to say
we miss you all and we'll see you soon at Messy Church.
And lots of love and stay safe.
And thank you for watching this. We hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye.
Bye.